To Wall Street now, where investors react to those massive deals in Saudi Arabia. The Dow dipped today, but big tech saw gains. So let's take a look at our interactive stock market heat map brought to you by FinViz, showing the top 500 stocks. So look at this. As you can see, big tech names like Nvidia and Amazon landed in the green as their CEOs joined President Trump on his trip to Saudi Arabia. So CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady joining us now. Hi, Kelly. So with Trump touting massive investments, I guess what might be dragging the Dow down?
Okay, so let's go through all three of the major indexes. I'll start with the Dow. Really, I mean, that was the one that ended down 0.64%. I'm looking at it right now where it closed. It was United Healthcare. So United Healthcare drove a lot of those losses today. We heard that their CEO is stepping down for personal reasons, and it's going to be replaced by someone in the company who has been in that position before. But really what drove the stock down was not that leadership change. It's that the company is throwing out their 2025 forecast. Investors don't like to hear that. And what they said was Medicare costs were much higher than they had expected. And this is likely because you have a lot of folks that are in that more elderly bracket that are now doing surgeries and procedures that are necessary but weren't life-threatening. And so they were put off during COVID. So there's a big backlog of those types of procedures that are causing higher insurance costs than they originally predicted. So that's part of what's going on with the Dow. That was sort of the big driver of why it landed in the red. That being said, both of the other major indexes saw good gains today. And the NASDAQ I'll highlight, Aaron was just talking about all of these tech CEOs, Nvidia sending 18,000 chips to Saudi Arabia. Nvidia gained 6%. We always talk about how the NASDAQ is really driven by the tech stocks. So Nvidia was a part of that, but it also brought up a number of other chip stocks. And then the S&P 500, I'll close by saying we are finally in positive territory year to date for the S&P 500. Just barely. The index is up 0.3%, but it's erased a lot of the losses that we've seen this year, and we're finally in positive territory. The NASDAQ and the Dow have not reached positive territory year to date when you look at the gains or losses that they made from January 1st until now. But the S&P 500 is the first to climb back up into that positive territory, Jules.
Okay, so there is new data on inflation today. Tell us what we learned.
Good inflation report. So we were looking for things to come down closer to 2%. We came in at 2.3% on an annual basis. So still higher than the Federal Reserve's target, but the lowest that we have seen that number since February of 2021. So this is pretty significant. And we saw decreases in food at home, groceries, egg prices were down nearly 13% month over month. And so what this tells you is the impacts that we are worried about when it comes to tariffs, they have not really hit the data yet. There was one area that stuck out to me, vehicle parts. Those were up 2.2% month over month. Think about where a lot of your vehicle parts come from, China, of course. But we have not seen the broader tariffs that were placed on a number of different countries, most of the countries in the world, that 10% in April, as well as that 145% on China in April, now down to 30%. That we're going to likely see over the next few months. So the good news today for investors and the economy, we're in a good spot with inflation. The question is what comes next, Jules.
All right, great information. Kelly O'Grady. Kelly, thank you.